Welcome back to our channel. If you're a coin collector or just a history buff, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1969 D Lincoln cent penny, a coin that's captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. This humble penny could be worth up to $1.2 million today, so buckle up as we explore its history, significance, and why it's worth so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things valuable and collectible. Let's start with the basics. The 1969 D Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was first minted in 1959. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. At first glance, it might look like just another penny, but it holds a secret that makes it incredibly rare and valuable. To understand why the 1969 D penny is so valuable, we need to take a trip back to the late 1960s. In 1969, the U.S. Mint was still in the process of transitioning from the old bronze composition of pennies to a new copper-plated zinc composition. During this time, there was a rare error that occurred with a small number of pennies. Here's where things get interesting. The 1969 D penny became famous due to a unique minting error. Some of these pennies were struck with a double die on the obverse. That's the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. This means that the die used to stamp the coins was misaligned, causing the image of Lincoln to appear doubled on the coins. This error was incredibly rare and went unnoticed for many years. The double die error on the 1969 D Lincoln penny is particularly special because it was one of the first significant errors of this kind to be discovered. Collectors started to realize its rarity in the early 1970s. And by then, it had already become a sought-after piece for numismatists. As time went on, the value of these pennies skyrocketed. In recent years, pristine examples of the 1969 D double die penny have sold for astronomical amounts. The most notable sale was a 1969 D penny that went for $1.2 million at auction. This record-setting sale brought the coin into the spotlight, making it one of the most valuable pennies in the world. The 1969 D Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a simple minting error can create immense value. It's not just about the rarity, it's about the historical significance and the story behind the coin. Collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium because of the unique nature of this error and its place in coin history. So what makes a 1969 D penny worth so much? It's all about the condition and the presence of the double die error. Coins are graded based on their quality, and those in mint or near mint condition fetch the highest prices. The double die error is crucial for determining value, and finding one in excellent condition is rare. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1969 D Lincoln penny, make sure to have it professionally graded. Even if it's not a double die error, it could still be worth more than its face value. But if you do find one with that rare double die, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1969 D Lincoln penny. We hope you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and its remarkable value. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. We'd love to hear from you. And remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more exciting content about valuable coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of collectible coins, focusing on one that's truly remarkable, the 1973 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular penny is more than just pocket change. It's a valuable piece of history that commands a hefty price tag. So, let's explore its story, its rarity, and why it's worth an astounding $56,700. The D Lincoln penny is part of the series that features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it bears the D mint mark. Minted in 1973, this penny is a product of the early 1970s, a decade marked by significant historical and economic events. The coin itself, however, may seem ordinary at first glance, yet it's far from it. What makes the 1973 D Lincoln penny so special? For most of its existence, this coin was just another piece of currency circulating in everyday transactions. However, A limited number of these pennies were struck with a unique error, a slight misalignment of the die, creating an unusual pattern that collectors find highly desirable. These errors are not always obvious at first glance. They might include subtle misprints or irregularities that only a trained eye or a magnifying glass can spot. But once identified, these errors can significantly increase a coin's value. Error coins are always exciting for collectors. They offer a glimpse into the production process and the imperfections that make each piece unique. The 1973 D Lincoln penny, with its specific error characteristics, has become a prized find for many enthusiasts. Collectors and investors alike seek out these rare finds, and the 1973 D Lincoln penny has seen a surge in demand over the years. This increase in demand, combined with its limited number of error coins, has led to a remarkable appreciation in value. Let's look at how the value of the 1973 D Lincoln penny has evolved. In its early days, it was worth only a few cents. As collectors discovered its rarity and the uniqueness of the error, its value began to rise steadily. Today, the 1973 D Lincoln penny can fetch an impressive $56,700. The D Lincoln penny has cemented its place in the world of high-value numismatics. Are you lucky enough to have a 1973 D Lincoln penny in your collection? Here are a few tips for identifying and valuing rare coins like this one. 1. Examine the mint mark. Verify that it has the D mint mark for Denver. 2. Check for errors. Look for any die errors or anomalies that might increase its value. 3. Consult an expert. Have your coin appraised by a professional to get an accurate valuation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the value and history of the 1973 D Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or if you got a rare coin you're curious about. Until next time, happy collecting! Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of valuable coins. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds some serious value. Stick around as we uncover its history, why it's so valuable, and its current market worth, which stands at an impressive $41,250. Let's start by setting the stage with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1979 Lincoln penny is part of the series that continued to honor this American icon. In 1979, the design of the Lincoln penny was still quite traditional, featuring the famous portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, it was also a year of transition and experimentation for the U.S. Mint. So, what makes the 1979 Lincoln penny special? It's not just the design, but the unique features and errors that set it apart from its peers. The most notable variation involves a production error known as the 1979 Lincoln penny with a double die. This error occurred when the die used to strike the coins was misaligned during production, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the date and inscriptions. These double die pennies are the ones that are worth the most to collectors. The error can be identified by examining the coin closely for doubled lettering or numbers. So, how does this error impact the value of the 1979 Lincoln penny? Well, the rarity and demand for these error coins drive their market value significantly. While a standard 1979 Lincoln penny might be worth only a few cents, a well-preserved double die penny can fetch up to $41,250. Over the years, the value of the 1979 Lincoln penny with this error has fluctuated due to market trends and collector interest. Collectors prize these pennies not just for their rarity, but also for their historical significance, making them a sought-after item in the numismatic community. Want to know if you've got a valuable 1979 Lincoln penny in your collection? Here's how to identify it. First, look for the double die error by examining the date and the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions under magnification. Make sure to also check the overall condition of the coin, as its value is heavily influenced by its grade. Coins in mint state, with sharp details and minimal wear, are worth more. In conclusion, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a remarkable example of how an ordinary coin can become extraordinarily valuable due to rare production errors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, knowing about these unique coins adds an extra layer of excitement to coin collecting. Thanks for joining us on this numismatic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into valuable coins. And as always, leave a comment below if you have any questions or if you got a 1979 Lincoln penny in your collection. Until next time, keep on collecting and happy hunting, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of a classic piece of American numismatics, the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin is more than just pocket change. It's a collector's gem with a fascinating history and impressive market value. Stick around as we explore why this penny is worth a staggering $44,100. The 1982 Lincoln penny. By 1982, the Lincoln penny was already a well-established part of American currency, first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But the 1982 penny is unique for several reasons. Not only does it mark a significant change in the penny's composition, but it also holds a few surprises that contribute to its high value. In 1982, the U.S. Mint underwent a major change in the composition of the 1-cent coin. Previously made of copper, the penny transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition to address rising copper costs. This change led to the production of two distinct types of 1982 pennies, the copper and the copper-plated zinc versions. The copper version was produced in the first half of the year, while the copper-plated zinc version was minted later. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Although the majority of 1982 pennies were made from copper-plated zinc, a few copper pennies were still struck due to the transition. This has led to the existence of the 1982 copper penny, a rare find in the coin world. The scarcity of these copper versions, combined with their unique historical context, is what drives their high market value. Collectors and numismatists have been on the lookout for these copper versions for years. The rarity of the 1982 copper penny is attributed to the fact that only a small number were minted before the switch to zinc was completed. Because of this limited mintage, these pennies have become highly sought after. In mint condition, the 1982 copper penny can fetch impressive prices. So, how much is the 1982 Lincoln penny really worth? As of now, the market value for a well-preserved 1982 copper penny is approximately $44,718. This price reflects the coin's rarity, historical significance, and a collector demand for high-quality specimens. It's important to note that the value can vary based on the coin's condition, grading, and provenance. Coin grading is a crucial factor in determining a penny's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state. For the 1982 copper penny, higher grades, such as MS65 or MS66, will command a premium price. If you have one of these coins, it's worth getting it professionally graded to ensure you receive the best value for it. Collectors who are fortunate enough to own a 1982 copper penny often cherish it as a centerpiece of their collections. The coin's unique history and its place in the transition of American coinage make it a fascinating piece of numismatic history. So there you have it, the story behind the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that represents a pivotal moment in American minting history and holds significant value in today's market. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and want to learn more about rare finds, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. And if you have any questions or want to share your own coin stories, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and keep those coins shining. Hello, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible values. Today, we're spotlighting a very special coin that's captured the interest of collectors and investors alike. the 1987 Lincoln 1-cent penny. With its current market value reaching an impressive $48,990, this penny is far more than just pocket change. So, let's dig into its history, value, and why this coin is worth so much. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It quickly became a beloved symbol of American currency, with Lincoln's profile gracing the front. However, our focus today is on the 1987 version of this iconic coin. In 1987, the Lincoln penny continued the tradition with its familiar design, featuring Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This year marked the 78th year of production since its debut. But what makes the 1987 penny so intriguing to collectors? Many coins become valuable due to rare mint errors or unique features. For the 1987 Lincoln penny, there are several factors that can contribute to its high value. These include errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and other anomalies that can significantly increase a coin's value. One notable error in the 1987 Lincoln penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, resulting in a doubling effect on the text or imagery. Collectors actively search for these errors, as they can drastically increase a coin's worth. The current market value of the 1987 Lincoln penny stands at approximately $48,990. This impressive figure is influenced by the coin's rarity, condition, and the demand among collectors. Coins in mint state with fewer imperfections tend to fetch the highest prices. If you happen to have a 1987 Lincoln penny in your collection, it's worth having it professionally graded and appraised. A high-grade, error-free penny can command top dollar, especially if it's in pristine condition. Underscore. Identifying a valuable 1987 Lincoln penny. Identifying a valuable 1987 Lincoln penny involves a few key steps. 1. Inspect the coin for noticeable errors or anomalies. Look for double die strikes, off-center minting, or any unusual features. Use a magnifying glass to closely examine the details and consult with a coin expert if you're unsure. 2. Consider the coin's condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, MS, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A well-maintained coin with sharp details and minimal wear will always fetch a higher price. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1987 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a prime example of how modern coins can hold significant value. Its history, coupled with the rarity of certain minting errors, makes it a sought-after piece in the numismatic world. If you enjoyed learning about the 1987 Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content about rare coins and their fascinating histories. Have you come across any valuable coins in your collection? Share your stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures. Today, we're diving deep into a remarkable piece of numismatic history, the 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? But trust me, this isn't just any ordinary penny. This coin is valued at a staggering $39,999. Let's get into the details and find out why this penny is so special. The 1989 Lincoln penny. What makes it valuable? First, let's take a close look at the coin itself. The 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny features the iconic design by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, we have President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust above. On the reverse, the penny showcases the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America and 1 cent around it. What makes the 1989 penny particularly fascinating is its relatively rare production quality. While it might seem like just another modern penny, some variations of this coin have become highly sought after by collectors. The history behind the value. In 1989, The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies. However, a few of these coins were struck with slight errors or variations that make them incredibly rare and valuable today. One notable variation from this year is the rare 1989 double die penny. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coins is misaligned, resulting in a doubled image on the coin. Finding a 1989 penny with this error is like finding a needle in a haystack, and it's one of the reasons why this coin is worth so much. Why is this penny worth nearly $40,000? The answer lies in its rarity and condition. Coins with minting errors or unique variations are highly prized by collectors. A 1989 Lincoln penny in pristine condition, especially with a double die error, can fetch upwards of $39,999. Recent auctions have shown that collectors are willing to pay a premium for these rare pieces. If you happen to come across a 1989 penny, take a close look. It might just be worth a small fortune. How to tell if your 1989 penny is valuable. Here are a few tips. Examine your penny closely for any signs of doubling on the obverse or reverse. The double die error is the most sought after. The better the condition, the higher its value. Coins in mint condition or higher grades are more valuable. If you think you've found something special, consider getting it graded by a professional numismatic service. They can provide an accurate assessment of its value. Underscore. And there you have it. The story of a 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny and why it's worth an incredible $39,999. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just a casual observer, this coin is a fascinating example of how something seemingly ordinary can become extraordinarily valuable. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of coins. And as always, if you have any questions or want to share your own finds, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and valuable collectibles. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a true hidden gem in the world of numismatics, the 1993 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might not expect a coin as recent as 1993 to be worth a small fortune, but this particular penny has a story that's both intriguing and surprising. Stick around as we uncover its history, value, and why it's worth an astounding $43,951. The 1993 Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of the popular Lincoln penny series, which has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1909. The 1993 penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. But what makes this seemingly ordinary penny so extraordinary? Let's dig into its history and see why it's commanded such a high value. The Denver Mint, known for producing a significant portion of the nation's coinage, struck these pennies in 1993 during a period of routine production. The standard design features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was in use from 1959 until 2008. However, while the design was standard, it's what's inside these coins, or rather what's missing, that makes the 1993 so special. Here's where it gets interesting. The 1993 Lincoln penny is highly sought after by collectors due to a few factors. First, its rarity and uncirculated condition makes it particularly valuable. But there's more to the story. This coin is part of a very limited mintage, and its unique characteristics, including certain errors and anomalies in its production, have contributed to its high value. Some of these pennies were found with minor but significant minting errors. These errors can include anything from unusual die marks to slight misalignments in the coin's design. While these errors might seem minor, they can greatly increase a coin's value among collectors. It's this combination of rarity, production errors, and overall condition that has driven the market value of the 1993 Lincoln penny up to an impressive $43,900. Let's take a look at how the value of this penny has evolved over time. When these pennies were first released, they were worth just 1 cent, obviously. However, as the years passed and the number of well-preserved, high-quality specimens dwindled, the value began to rise. Coin collectors and investors have gradually recognized the rarity and significance of this coin, which has led to its current market value. So what does this mean for collectors and investors? If you have a 1993 D Lincoln penny, especially in mint or uncirculated condition, it might be worth having it appraised. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds, and a penny in good condition with any minting errors can fetch a significant amount at auctions or private sales. To maximize the value of your penny, ensure it is stored properly. Use coin holders or sleeves to protect it from damage, and keep it in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Regularly inspect your coins for any signs of wear or damage, and consider having them professionally graded to confirm their authenticity and condition. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1993 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you enjoyed learning about this valuable coin and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Have any questions or thoughts about rare coins? Drop them in the comments below. We love hearing from you.